Hello everyone, and my name is Eula, and today we're gonna read Wayside School is Falling Down, starting at chapter 18, The Substitute. Today we're gonna start reading at this chapter and end up reading at the 19th chapter. Now, all ready for read this one book with a lot of stories? Now here we go, and first we can read Wayside School is Falling Down, starting at Chapter 18, The Substitute. Benjamin couldn't take it any longer. Today was the day he could finally tell Mrs. Jules his real name. So what if nobody likes me, he thought. So what if I stop getting high marks? Hi, Mark, said Jason. Hi, Mark, said Stapin. Hi, he glumly replied, and then started up the stairs. Hi, Mark, said Bibi, as he took a seat next to her. Guess what? We have a substitute! Yahoo! Shouted Marisha. Everyone in Mrs. Jules' class loved it when they had substitute teachers. They loved playing mean and horrible tricks on them. Benjamin frowned. He finally had the courage to tell Mrs. Jules' real name. Rex, he said. That's a good idea, said Terence. We'll put dead rats in her desk. Let's trick into going outside, said Joy. Then lock her out of a room. But what if she tells Mr. Kisswater, said Eric Pye. So what, said Joy. We'll have to go all the way down to the office and then all the way back up. By then we'll unlock the door. Mr. Kisswater would think she's bonkers. Benjamin looked at the substitute teacher sitting at Mrs. Joe's desk. She looked like a nice lady. She wore tiny spectacles with a long gray hair and tied in a ponytail. He felt sorry for her. He felt sorry for himself. He was going to tell Mrs. Joseph's real name, he thought. I really was. The substitute stood up and walked into the center of the room. Good morning, she said. My name is Mrs. Franklin. Nobody said good morning back to her. Calvin handed Benjamin a note. At 10 o'clock, drop your book on the floor. Pass it on. Benjamin read it and passed it to Todd. Okay, who can tell me what page we are on? Asked Mrs. Franklin. Page 17, called Myron. 112, said Marisha. 98, said Eric Owens. 3,000, said Joe. Miss Franklin smiled. I guess we have to study all those pages, she said. Benjamin raised his hand. Yes, the handsome young man in the red shirt, said the substitute. He told the correct page. We're on the page 102, he said. Thank you, said the substitute. And what is your name, please? Benjamin. Thought a moment. He looked around at the room and boldly told the truth. My name is Benjamin, he said. He stated proudly. Several kids snickered. Thank you, Benjamin, said the substitute. There are more snickers. Welcome, said Benjamin. He felt good, even if the other kids were laughing at him. Mrs. Franklin had asked a question from page 102. Jason answered it correctly. Very good. And says the substitute, and what is your name, please? Jason looked around. Benjamin, he answered. Half just giggled. Thank you, Benjamin, said Mrs. Franklin. The other half giggled. Dana answered the next question. And what's your name? Mrs. Franklin asked Dana. Benjamin. Dana buttered, then fell giggling onto the floor. Benjamin. Thank you, Benjamin, said the substitute. Everyone was hysterical. My, this is certainly a pleasure to teach. Happy students, said the substitute. Who knows the answer to question 4? They all raised their hands, and they wanted to tell substitute their names were Benjamin. They have so much fun they forgot to drop their books at 10 o'clock. At recess, everyone congratulated Benjamin on his great trick. You're a genius, Mark, said Todd. Benjamin is such a funny name, said Jason. How do you ever think about it? But my name is Benjamin, said Benjamin. So is mine, said Stappin. Mine too, said Leonor. They all left. Do you think she really believes you're all named Benjamin? Asked Eric Ovens. Probably, said Joy. She's so stupid. If she thought we were lying, she would have gotten mad, said Eric Bacon, and the bell rang. They all hurried back to class. After recess, there was a social studies. So, who would like to read? Said Mrs. Franklin. Every hand went up. Okay, Benjamin, said Franklin as she pointed at Dana. Everyone left. Dana giggled a few seconds, then got a control to herself, reading from the book. Thank you, Benjamin, said the substitute when Dana finished reading. Okay, Benjamin, you may read next, she said, pointing at Terence. Everyone left. It was the first name all the year Terence had volunteered to read. All day, everyone paid very close attention. They wanted the teacher call on them because it was funny when it was Mrs. Franklin called somebody else's Benjamin. It was even funnier when she called you a Benjamin. So everyone had worked hard and listened closely. As a result, they have learned more from substitutes all the day when they used to learn from the Mrs. Jules and the Mump. When the final bell rang, everyone had crowded around at her desk. Where are you? Are you coming back tomorrow, Mrs. Franklin? Asked Eric Bacon. Please, Mr. Franklin, say you will, pleaded Kathy. You're the best substitute teacher we have ever had, said Jason. The substitute smiled. School is over, she said. You don't have to call me Mr. Franklin anymore. That sounds so formal. Since we are friends now, you can call me by my first name. What is your first name? Said Mauricia. The substitute gathered up the things and put them in the straw bag. Benjamin, she said, and walked out of the room. Everyone stared silently after her. Do you think that's really her name? Asked Joe. Now is the next chapter, chapter 19. So, the substitute teacher with a Wayside School Mrs. Jew's class kids is all named Benjamin. So let's see what happens to all of Benjamin for tomorrow. Now, did you have fun? US English Commentary will be come back with some this book, but not this story because it might be a new chapter to read. Now, please thumbs up my YouTube and have a nice day and bye-bye, everyone.